Switzerland. Home to 4 languages, German, French, Italian, and Romansh, and known for its neutrality and diplomacy. A land that has the highest nominal wealth per adult in the world. Geneva. Home to the United Nations, Red Cross, and many other international organizations. A top 15 financial center city. One of the most expensive cities in the world. Amid this land of peace and wealth lies a club in turmoil. Founded in 1890, winners of 17 Swiss championships and 7 Swiss Cups, host of the 1930 Coupe des Nations, which was the precursor to the UEFA Champions League, and playing at the 3rd largest stadium in Switzerland, is Servette FC. Servette was the only team to stay in the top division of Swiss football from 1890 through 2005, when the parent company went bankrupt with a debt of 10 million Swiss francs. Players had been unpaid since November 2004, and there was a mass exodus as they sought paying clubs elsewhere. The under-21 team took over the Servette FC club name and played in the 3rd highest division, the First Liga Promotion League, winning promotion back to the 2nd highest division, called the Challenge League, in 2005-2006. It would be 5 seasons before the rejuvenated Servette would gain promotion back to the Swiss Super League at the end of the 2010-2011 season. The joy of promotion would not last long. Despite an impressive first half of the season, Servette's manager João Alves was fired in November 2011. Shortly after, in February 2012, the club filed for bankruptcy once more and was sold to a group headed by the Geneva Servette Hockey Club's owner. They reinstated Alves and the club was able to finish 4th in the table. Not bad, considering the turmoil. Despite enjoying time in the Europa League in 2012-2013, the club faced its first relegation for sporting, not financial, reasons, and dropped to the Challenge League for 2013-2014. The stay in the Challenge League would last 2 years, with the club finishing in 2nd in 14-15. Not bad, until the Swiss Football League refused to give Servette a license due to significant debts. They were relegated down to the First Promotion League again for financial reasons. The club won promotion back to the Challenge League in 2015-2016, finishing on 66 points and 10 points clear of 2nd place in the First League of Promotion. Finally, in 2016-2017, the club finished in 3rd place of the Challenge League on 62 points and 23 points off the league champions, Zurich. We take over a club with an illustrious history, 17 league titles, 7 cup wins, and not being relegated for sporting reasons for well over 100 years. Yet it finds itself in turmoil, with debts mounting, with an empty stadium, and struggling to survive. Come with us on this journey as we aim to stabilize the club, fill the stands, gain promotion to the Swiss Super League, and enter continental football. Can we do it? Join us for Saving Servette. Hey there, welcome back. It's episode 1 of a brand new series on the channel, Saving Servette. I'm telling you folks, I'm super excited to do a save with this club. I actually picked out Servette before FM18 even came out. I was looking for a club that had kind of fallen from grace, right? Like, used to be up there and then had dropped. And boy, does Servette have a story to tell. I mean, just look at this. Just take a look at that. I'm going to sit here and enjoy that for a second. Yeah, I mean, down, way up, down, way up. I mean, that is just, and I don't even know if that's 100% accurate, to be honest with you. Like, it's so all over the place. The kind of stabilized, went all the way down to the First League of Promotion, I believe, and now, what was that, First League of Promotion, and then the Challenge League, came in 3rd place last season. They're hoping to push on now, with me at the helm, back into the Swiss Super League. So that's where we're at. We are in the Challenge League. 2.5-star national reputation. It says okay finances. We'll take a look at that. Third largest stadium in Switzerland, which is absolutely insane. 30,000 capacity, in very good condition, you know, you might add. I've given myself a profile that is, you know, that goes with a club of this reputation and this size. So nice attacking and defending stats, all that good stuff. Let's look at the finances. It's actually dropped a little bit because I've gotten us to our first friendly game, which hopefully we'll play today. And we've already spent 60,000 euros. I've got it in euros instead of Swiss francs because I've got multiple saves on the channel, and just hopping back and forth and changing the, you know, the monetary aspect of it is just annoying every time you load the game to record. So we're at 192,000. Yeah. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Facilities, we've got good corporate facilities, perfect field condition, average training facilities, poor data analysis facilities, excellent youth. We got a 1-year ground sponsorship for 88,000, which isn't really all that much. Our rent is 131, so we'd like to at least get a sponsorship that could cover the rent. Good junior coaching and established youth recruitment. So that's nice. We should have some youth prospects coming through that we can kind of help build the squad over time. Let's look at the dynamics. I am going to show you the squad, obviously. Obviously, very poor match cohesion, very good locker room atmosphere, and good leadership support, which is nice, even though I've not done anything. 7 players already support me. None of the influential ones, of course, but, you know. And then we've got kind of 3 social groups. You got poor Willie down here, who is Brazilian. And I want to say he's new to the club. Yes, he just signed a contract, so he's brand new, just got here, and he's trying to find, you know, a place to fit in. You'll notice, though, we have some problems with depth at certain positions, and we have too much depth at other positions. So let's take a look at that, shall we? Okay. I've already picked out the tactic we're going to use because it's pretty much the only tactic that makes sense of who we have. So we got 3 goalkeepers. One's kind of a youngster. I think it's Castanheira. I'm going to really butcher all the names. If this is the first episode of Gray Hair Gaming you've watched, please know I will try and improve with my pronunciation of things, but I'm going to need help in the comments. So he's a decent youth prospect. I mean, he's getting paid quite a lot, $775 a week to be 2-star current ability. It's not great. We got David Gonzalez. He's a backup who's also $775 a week, 2-star. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got better, you know, goalkeeping abilities, minus the first touch. He's okay. And then we've got Jeremy Frick, which is going to be an amazing last name to be using. So first teamer, 900 a week. He's definitely our starter, and we're going to pray that he does not ever get injured. So I'm actually quite happy with him as a goalkeeper. And then you'll notice here we have, in terms of right backs, we have Sally, yes, it's going to be fun, and Anthony Sautier. That's it. And, okay, on a first-team contract, what I've noticed with this club is there's a bunch of players on first-team contracts, even though there's not a way for them to all play on the pitch at the same time. So it's definitely more of a fullback, but is going to be playing in central defense force, at least for the time being, until we get that figured out. Overall, good stats, 3-star current and future ability, 900 a week. And then Anthony Sautier is definitely a better fullback / wingback on the right side. So that's why he's going to take over that spot. He's $2 grand a week, which is a bit much, but we'll make do. We'll make do. And then we've got some center backs. Nathan on loan, Brazilian, 4-star. I mean, should be on a key player contract. $3,500 on loan. My goodness. Like, how much is he making with this club? We're paying the full amount. Of course we are. That makes sense. Actually, was there an amount we could? No, there's not. Yes, $218,000 future fee, which, I mean, he's worth, what is that, $575? That might actually be a good idea, but I don't think we've got the money for that. Christopher Mifui, Congolese, looks decent. I mean, really good physicals, 27. Natural fitness is great. Pace, not so much, but very strong. Jumping reach, 6'2", good central defender. And Marathon Bitiki, who is kind of an up-and-coming youngster. Again, $775 a week for the youngsters when some of the starters are $900 seems a bit much. But we've got that going on. And again, if there's somebody you want to see, I'm kind of going through this fast so it doesn't take an hour to look at the whole squad. Baba Suore is okay. $775 a week. Definitely needs to improve, but is injured for 4 months with an Achilles. So we're just going to, I mean, you got an Achilles, mate. We're going to just send you down so I have to look at you. On the left, we've got William Lepogum, who is our left back, 3-star, 40. I mean, overall, solid. Happy with that. Runs with the ball down the left. Excellent. And we've had to bring up a youth prospect because we literally had no other options at left back. So the squad really has like a starting right back with a backup right back who's going to play center back and a starting left back and nothing. Like there was literally nobody else in the first team or really in the under 21s that can play left back. That's a position of need for us. We're going to be looking in the loan and transfer market for a backup. And again, nothing wrong here with Robin. He's just 17. Like I don't want to be relying on him, although he's got to work on the marking and all that kind of stuff. We've got some work to do here. We've got Dalibor Stevanovic, who's Slovenian, a defensive midfielder. I don't know what would happen to my accent there. That is not the right accent. Deep line playmaker. Overall solid stats. Only problem, he's got a groin strain for 4 months. So we'll see you in October-ish, something like that. Fabry, who's Colombian and only has one name, is a ball-winning midfielder, but he's definitely more of a defensive midfielder, ball-winning midfielder than one in the midfield. So maybe we'll play like a 4-1-2-3 or 4-2-3-1, depending on the opponent. I'm just trying to figure out who's really good, who's not. But he's on 1.3K a week, which is quite a lot for a backup who's only 2.5 stars. So not thrilled with that. I'm not immediately going to jettison him because we don't have hardly anybody in midfield. So let's take a look at that, shall we? Boris Cespedes is a ball-winning midfielder. There's a theme you'll notice here. Ball-winning midfielder. But this time in the central midfield, he can kind of play both positions well. $975 a week on a hot prospect contract. Oh, he looks okay. Mirsad Hasanovic is Bosnian. Again, more of an anchor man, but he can play up here. And he's injured with an undisclosed injury until 9/1. I have no idea. We're without him until September, and he's $825 a week, and he looks quite good, minus some of the physicals, but we could really use him, but he's, maybe he needs a mental health day. I have no idea. We've had to bring up, until we can find somebody in the transfer market, Castriot Emery, who is 16 and prefers playing on the wing, but can also attempt to play in the midfield. So we're going to try that, but we need people in the midfield. It is not looking good, people. Same thing. Alexis Antunes is going to get a shot. Definitely more of an advanced playmaker, can play up in the attacking midfield as well. So has the stats for that, but not much else, really. 2-star current ability. Again, 16. I'm not that upset about it. Especially on 45 a week. Got a bit of a cold that we're dealing with here. Matthias Vitkiviez. That's probably not how you say that. Definitely more of an attacking right winger. Could also maybe slot into the center or the left in a pinch. But could be a bit more pacey for a right winger, but he's 32, so he's just more technical. Good crossing. Again, just doesn't have the acceleration and pace really. So not crazy about him, but he's back up and we need players, so sure. Stephen Lang on the left as an inside forward. He's either footed. He can also do the winger job if we need him to, but he's more comfortable on the inside forward. First team, 1.9 grand a week, 3.5-star current and potential ability. Runs the ball down the left, runs the ball often. He likes to go running. So he's going to play. Miroslav Stevanovic is in a first team contract. This is where we run into problems. So he's good on the right. He's also, they must have been playing 2 inside forwards is what I'm thinking in a 4-2-3-1 or 4-1-2-3 wide maybe. But Okay, so now we have, you know, a backup here who looks pretty good, but Stevanovic is definitely stronger on that right side, so maybe we play 2 inside forwards with overlapping fullbacks. Maybe. Undecided. Florian Berisha is Swiss. He's a winger. Definitely a left winger. Has the pace. Doesn't have all the mentals that we'd like to see, or like some of the technicals, but he can run fast and hoof the ball in, which is just fine. Sebastian Wuthrich, who's I don't know what to do with him, because we've got good options on the left. We have good options on the right. He doesn't really prefer to play on the right, so he's going to have to play, even though it's not his favorite position, he's going to have to play in the center of attacking midfield, which is really okay, because he looks quite strong. He's left-footed, and that's all right. He's on a key player contract, so he's going to have to slot in there and make it work. So hopefully he can learn that position a little bit better. Adler Della Silva is another hot prospect. I don't know if we need all these players up in the first team. Inside forward, he's right-footed. You think he could play right wing since he's right-footed, but he can't. So, you know, maybe that's something we coach him on. Alexander Alphonse is 35, Guadalupan. He's got 6 caps and a goal in his storied Guadalupan career, is what I was trying to say. He can play up top, and he can also play advanced playmaker for us, and he's on a first-team contract. So this is where we start running into problems, is, well, he can play here, and he can play here. Okay, well, what are our strike options look like? And we'll get there. But, like, there's lots of players on first-team and key player contracts, and I don't understand why. Willie, who's a Brazilian, and is pacey for days. First team is 14 pace, 15 acceleration, 5'7", runs with the ball off and places shots. I'm thinking we just use his pace. We exploit the right wing. We just hoof it long to Willie, and off to the races he goes, and we see what he can do there. But again, that represents a problem, right? Because we've got, okay, this is a backup, so we don't worry about him, but he looks pretty good. Got Stephen Lang, he's more on the left, okay. Stevanovic is more on the right and is on a first-team contract, so, like, they can't both play there. Berisha's on a backup, that's fine. Wuthrich is key player in the middle. Hot prospect, okay, we got another first-team middle or striker, okay. But then we've also got Malonga here, Dominic Malonga, who's Congolese, and he's on a first-team contract up top. So it's kind of like they're... and he's not that good. I definitely think they could have done better. He's 28. His physicals are quite good for 28. But the technical ability at this age, I would expect to be higher for the dribbling and finishing, first touch, long shots, you know, something you want to see in a striker. We just signed this guy, so I can't do anything about it. He's already here. I'm tempted to turn around and sell him. Like, hey, mate, thanks for coming. Yeah, 110 grand, we'll take that. Thanks. I guess I don't know if we bought him for 200 or if this was a loan, but I'm just not crazy about him. But okay, so if we're playing a 4-2-3-1, he's up top. Well, then where does Alexander go? He's supposed to be in the middle, but he's old, so maybe he needs to be on a backup contract. But depending on who you're talking to, he's rated quite well. In here, he's 3.5 star. That's confusing. But then you got Wuthrich, so it's kind of like we're going to be juggling, I think, upset players. And last but not least, we brought up Christopher Longoria. He's 16. He probably needs to go back down to the 21s or the under 18s. We'd like to coach him up. He's got great first touch, but awful finishing, so he's not really a strike option, and he's not quite fast enough as a 16-year-old. I think we're just going to go ahead and send him back down. You go back down there, sir. Thank you. But it was kind of, oh, I know what I was doing. Oh, we'll bring him back. We'll bring him right back up. Because we've got friendlies, and I'm afraid of people getting injured. Well, we'll leave him down for now. So, I kind of don't know what to do. We just don't have. We've got an injury here and an injury here, so it leaves us in terms of midfield. We got Fabry, Cespedes, and Mary, who is 16 and doesn't really like the center of midfield. Alexis Antunes, who is 16, and that's your midfield options. Like, that is literally your midfield options. So, like, in terms of the transfer market, left back backup for William. Right back backup or center back, so Sally can play right back, you know, but he's on a first team contract, so he's going to have to play center back. So a backup center back and a backup right back, a striker that I really like, and then figure out what to do with all the wingers. So we definitely have some squad building to do for sure. Looking at the U21s, it's not even a full team. It's not even a full team. And these guys are okay, right? But they're not ready. They're definitely not ready to start for. So we have some good center back options. They're not ready. So maybe we loan in another center back, right? Same thing on the right back. I don't really want to play Luka. I mean, that's not really a backup option. He's like emergency reserve backup, I suppose. So we have some work to do there. Nobody like outstandingly exciting. This kid looks pretty good, being 15. And then the U21s here, we've got some potential. Sorry about that. We have some potential, but they're not ready to, and they're all, okay, so nobody in the midfield. We have literally no prospects in that we haven't already brought up to the first team in the center of midfield, which just makes me go like, what are they playing? Were they playing like a 4-2-4 with 2 DMs and 2 wingers and 2 strikers? Like, I literally don't know what tactic they must have been using. Like, we've got some grayed out players, so we definitely have some work to do on that side. So this is the tactic I've picked out. I was thinking more of a counter-attacking, again, exploiting the speed on the right with Willie, because again, he's got, 15 acceleration, 14 pace. We've got Lang on the left, 12 and 13, not bad. And so dropping back a little bit, drawing them in, and then pouncing from that standpoint. So we're working on a counterattacking, again, because I'm not sure. I mean, we came in third last year, so you'd think maybe we should be more attacking. But I don't want to drop games I shouldn't drop. So this gives us an option. Nathan is a really good ball-playing defender, so that's an option. And then just playing standard with exploit the right flank. So we don't want to be playing a Mary, again, our 16-year-old, but he's going to have to play. And we're going to have to get some other options in midfield. Like, there's not even enough players to rotate in for all the friendlies. So that's what's going on there. We were over the wage budget a little bit. Next season's payroll is already being dropped down 42 by $2,000. So I adjusted the transfer budget. This was initially like something like 345, 395, something like that. We've dropped it down to compensate for that. We're burning through some cash here. That's always good. And I think that's all I wanted to show you. So let's go ahead and hop in, and we'll play our first game. We're taking on the LA Stars, who they're not from LA, they're from Dominica. So every time we played a friendly that I set up, which was just this one, all the other ones were, or maybe this one as well, it's like we pay 500 euros, we make $7,000, which again, for a club that's sitting on 192,000, like that's not insignificant money. Like that's 3.5% roughly of the balance if we can boost that up, especially when we're hemorrhaging cash here at the early days. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to hop ahead and let's get going. All right, sorry about that. Had a bit of a coughing fit. If you've made it to this stage of the episode, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and hitting a like on it. It really helps out when, especially on the first episode, if there's a lot of interaction from the community, comments, likes, stuff like that. So let me know what you think of the squad. If you see any other gaps that I'm not seeing, I'm always open to that. And we're going to bring in a third goalkeeper so we can fill out our substitute bench. That's always good. And Sally Sarr is already on 85%. Excellent. So this is a smaller team, so we're just going to play standard. I keep hitting. Let's bring, you can play attack. Play 3 attack, 2 supports. That should be fine. Apologize for the random cuts and pauses. My chest cold is not done going away. So let's just say calmly, yeah, go out and press me. I think next episode I'll show you the staff and all that. I did want to get a game in today, so I didn't want to bog us down with going through all the, the U21 and the first team and the U18 staff. We do have some gaps, so we've got some postings out, all that good stuff. Overall, look like a decent staff, and just considering our finances, I'm not about to go drop a bunch of money on buying out contracts to bring in new staff members. So we just kind of usually make do for the first season. All right, there you go, William. Le Pogom. I'm gonna butcher. It's gonna be fun. Switzerland having the 4 languages. All right, don't chase it down. That's fine. Do what you like. Sally. I'm sure it's like Saleh. William. Here we go. Stephen Lang. And Mary, the 16-year-old. Oh, that wasn't the best, was it? But comes right back. He'll take another crack at it. Long ball over the top to Willie. Good old fast Willie. Stephen Lang. Oh, that was unselfish. Unselfish. Heads it down. Malonga with his first goal of the season against preseason. And I hope you find preseason games interesting, because I think it just allows us to take a look at the squad. And I'm sure we'll have some hilarious highlights to go with it. I thought he was going to head it straight in. Maybe he determined with the angle he couldn't do that. So he, heads it down to Malonga and he smashes it home quite nicely. Still a little encouragement. Like, hey, lads, hey. We're here about fitness. We're here about fitness. Fitness and maybe buying all of their midfielders. That's what we're here to do. You guys want to stay in Switzerland? I mean, I know it's not as warm as Dominica, but come on down. And I'm really curious as to why this team was an option even for me from a friendly standpoint. But, not complaining. Stephen Lang up to Malonga, splits the center backs. Oh, could have done better there. Stephen Lang is going to cut it right back in, though. Ball goes all the way across the 6-yard box to Willie, who's going to get dispossessed. Yes, saw it coming. You could just feel that coming. Sometimes you can just feel a highlight coming. You're like, that's what's going to happen there. So 7 shots, 2 on target. Could be better against someone of a team of this level. Wuthrich not playing well in the center of the park. Excellent. That's always good when you've got your key player playing in a role that he should be able to play, and he's on a 6.4. That's good. Long ball up to Malonga. Oh, Stephen Lang's gonna slot that in. It ain't hits the bar. Willie finishes it off. I would have liked to see Stephen Lang do a little bit better there, but we'll take the second goal right before half. Let's watch it marry. Maybe the 16-year-old can impress and, up his stats. I definitely thought he was going to slot that in. Hits the post. Falls to Willie. Everyone's already uninterested. Way to impress the new gaffer on your 6.6 and 6.4, and you're uninterested. Come on, lads. Come on. All right. Bojan Dimik. Let the boys go out there with clear minds. We don't need to thrust anything at the stage. Don't ask. Don't ask about the accent. Don't get complacent. Yeah, considering most of you are complacent and uninterested right now. Let's see. We'll leave him out there because, again, we got to get the match sharpness up. But, 60th minute, we'll start rotating in some people just to avoid, knock on wood, not avoid injuries, hopefully. Please, game. Wuthrich is coming back. Cespedes is going backwards. That's not good. William Lepogon. Emery, what's he got? He's got running backwards. Okay, he's spread out, lads. You might spread out a bit. Wuthrich, look at the stands. I don't think that there's like three people here and we have someone watching him. That's amazing. Oh, it chips the keeper. Quite nice. Nice. Malonga. Is it his second? Yeah, it's his second. He's got the brace. It's my garage door. I don't know if you can hear that below me. Sorry about that. Oh, he chipped him with his head. I actually didn't see that. Amazing. Chipped him with the old noggin. Okay. Daru. Can we nick the ball back here? Jolly. Gotta love the last name like Jolly, right? Wuthrich. What's he got? Oh, Malonga. Oh, Malonga! Oh, easy. 62% possession's not... it's all right. You could say. We have lots of people we could choose from here, especially on the wings. I've got to remember who they are, though. Let's see. Hold on. I got to go to the tactics screen because I can't remember who's... Like, Stevanovic is our... Yeah, he was the... Do we want to play inside forward? I think we'll just have him play the the attacking winger. And then Berisha was kind of our backup, I think, on the left side. We have Adler, okay, he's a youngster. So we'll bring in Berisha. And you can play wing as well, sir. Thank you for coming. We'll put you on attack. No, we won't. We'll put Wuthrich. Is he? Yeah, that's fine. Put him on attack. Excuse me. And then we'll just sub out both of these. Sorry about that. Just had a big old sneeze. Okay, there we go. We don't have anybody that can play left back. I mean, we do have. Okay, we'll bring in Robin here, and then right back. You're just gonna have to suck it up, mate. Like, I got nobody. We'll let these guys play out a little bit longer, so we're not swapping out the entire squad. Just 5 of the 11. Half the squad. And then we'll get to like this right now before we do any other rotations here. Wuthrich can come out for Alexis. Malonga come out for Alphonse. And Mary comes out for... no, Mary, you're the youngster. We want to get you some game time. Fabry can come in. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, we have extra people that can play on the wings that we don't need all those people. So maybe we sell some of them off in order to free up some space for some central midfielders, because that would be, good to have some central midfielders. Everyone's uninterested. We're going to take a 3-0. Oh, we've injured one of their players. Sorry about that. 15 shots, 6 on target, 4 clear-cut chances and a half chance. We end up with 3 goals. It's all right. It's all right. But this gets you kind of a look at the squad. They've had to take off their... They have nobody to bring it. Oh, that's awful for their injured player. But I just want to give you kind of a peek at who we're dealing with here. Say, yeah, I'm happy with the 3-0. That's good. That's what's going on there. But yeah, we need some midfielders, and we need to get rid, I think, of some of the wingers. There's just too many of them. So if you have enjoyed this episode, if you wouldn't mind, hit the like button for me. Again, like I said in the middle of the video, but if you missed it somehow, it really helps out a new series if you hit like, if you share it, like on Twitter, Facebook, or whatever, if you leave comments. Let me know about what you think of the squad. Let me know what you think of the tactic. I don't want to always just use like the same tactic over and over in all my saves. So I'd like to try, if we had more midfielders, I might do like a 4-3-3 or put 2 strikers up top or something like that. But I think with the players we have currently available, a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-1-2-3, essentially swapping the attacking midfielder for a defensive midfielder once they're back from injury, might be a thing that we do. Just based on, again, we've got wingers for days. We just need places to play them. So let me know your thoughts there. And by now, there's other stuff popping up around here. I hope you're having a great day. And we'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.